YouTube is coming up. Give me a second, folks, get myself acclimated. Okay. There we go. Okay, the volume's there. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to Afoqt Weekly. This is the first installment. I apologize. We were supposed to be here last week, and that didn't happen because Facebook had started some news. They changed the format of how they were doing things. And so I wound up not going down. And that's all right because we're here now. And we're here to answer questions pertaining to Afoqt. This applies to not rated and non-rated individuals that are seeking to get a commission in the Air Force, and you could be in ROTC or in some type of officer candidate school. But primarily, my primary target is for the pilots. And let me make sure. Okay, we're good there. Okay, so everything is good. Okay, so everybody that is here, please check in. Let me know where you're from. And let me know if you have any questions. If you have been following me for a while, you know you can email me questions. You can Skype me questions at kino.thomas, which is KIENO.Thomas. All right. Yes, I can definitely, no matter what. And let me just remind you guys. Primarily, hey, Quenisha, it's good to see you there. Primarily, I am here for the officer programs, but I do help out with ASVAB questions. So at any one of my lives, you can ask ASVAB related questions. Because in a lot of ways, they will connect with other areas, you know. So, yeah, ASVAB questions. So, preferably, if you shoot me a message on Skype, it is KIENO.THOMAS. If you're following me, then you should already know my name. So, Kino.Thomas. All right. ASVAB, if I can pronounce my words, ASVAB questions are fine. And again, guys, let me know where you guys are from. Let me know if you're preparing for the Afoqt. Let me know if there's anything like, man, I hate the math. Man, I hate the arithmetic reasoning. Man, I hate the, so I'm going to, okay, I'm glad that you do add me. I'm very happy about that. And please make sure you like this video. And please share on your social media networks. I'm trying to sound like those guys every time. Like, subscribe, share in your social media networks. If you have a recruiter that doesn't know about me, they should know about me, because if they have an applicant that is having issues with this test, then they need to get in touch with me. Okay. So, like I said, basically people send me in questions. Now I got to be straight up. My clients are going to get their questions answered first. If you don't work with me, you don't tutor with me, I will answer questions, but it's probably going to wind up on the back of the line. If my clients that work with me every week are asking questions or have questions about things. So the best thing you can do here, guys, is you get your test prep book. You get your test prep book, you bring your questions. You can send them to me on Skype, Kino.Thomas. You could send them to me on Facebook, because primarily this channel is supposed to be on Facebook. And, okay. Mr. Sharma, I see you. San Francisco in the house. We got Massachusetts in the building. San Fran and Massachusetts in the building. That's good. I like to get a feel for where my targets. New person, Tony, I see you, brother. Can you help me with the ASVAB? I order flashcards and the books. Yes, I can help you. Do you know how to get in touch with me, Tony? All right. You're going to need Skype. You're going to need to download it onto a desktop or a laptop, and then you just type that in just like that. But yeah, I definitely can help you out with the ASVAB. That's like One of my old elders used to say, that's a small job. So yeah, that's a small job. All right. If you're not preparing for, and like I said, any live that I do, math is on the table automatically. May you type, may you type in your Skype? I just did. It's right there, brother. KIENO.THOMAS. If you have Skype downloaded onto your laptop, your desktop, boom, all you got to do is just send me a contact request. And I will be more than happy to address questions, give you guys answers. And I think, okay. All right, I was just checking something out. Okay. Please reload. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. I got an email real quick. Okay, that I had to set. Okay. So yeah, guys, there's another thing that I'm going to be doing with all my live streams. If I'm not getting hit with questions, I'm going to kind of like cut it short because I really don't see any reason for like, okay, hanging here for an hour, just kind of filling gaps or filling dead air. So if the questions are not coming in, um, it may be cut down to 45 minutes, but no shorter than a half an hour. All right. So, all right, AFOQT. There are some sections, since this is our first time talking about it, and if you do not know anything about the AFOQT, there are some sections that you guys need to be aware of. If you're like, hey, I want to join the Air Force, and you know, now to me, in my mind, because I prepare people for these exams, I think that the AFOQT is not as bad as the ASTB. I'm sorry, Air Force. I've been preparing people for these things for years, and I really don't think the AFOQT is that bad. Because when you take out the mechanical comprehension and the physics, you know, that's when I kind of got to go in and really go in on a client and prepare them, because most people are not physics savvy or even mechanical comprehension savvy. Okay, the first section is subtest 1, verbal analogies. All right, I'm going to give you guys an example, and if you're following me on Facebook, you will be able to see the well. All right, anybody at FOQT, please send me via the routes that I told you a verbal analogy problem. And then when I get it, I can just cut it, copy it, and then paste it in on the timeline. All right. Matter of fact, to be exact, I'm actually going to drop a link to a sample AFOQT. It's a sample provided by, I think, like Moody Air Force Base or something like that. And this is like the bare minimums. You can just send me a message, and then we can coordinate, Tony. And Tony, you can just send me a message, and then we can coordinate. I am booked today, so it's going to be yeah, nobody else is scheduling today. I hope Logalani is here with us. I didn't see a check-in from you, but it's okay if you're here. Hi, because you're preparing for the FOQT. And I have some other people as well. All right, if you are preparing for the AFOQT, please hit 1. Type in 1 on the Facebook and the copy. All right, so if you are preparing for the, I'm dropping this on the this page, this link on YouTube, and I'm dropping it on Facebook in a second here. That's right, sis. I see you. I see you. Okay, so this is okay. There it is. So yeah, this is a sample. This is a sample AFOQT exam. All right, and we're going to talk about some. So you guys can actually send me, you know, questions, and actually, I have 5 that came in. So I'm going to look at these questions, and I'm going to do one. But the first one I'm going to address is okay. This is a decent one. All right. So yeah, if you're following me on Facebook, I'm about to drop. Oh man. Yeah. Mm, yeah. All right. I'm about to drop a. And for my Facebook people, if you're not following me on Facebook, uh, you're just gonna have to. Actually, I can put this right in the chat, can I? I think I can. Uh, I don't think she cooperating. All right, let me try this again. All right, I know it will definitely fit on the. But I was like, that would have been cool if I could have just dropped it right on the Facebook chat and then everybody in the room could see it. But no, it is not letting me do it. Stickers, all that, and everything. So yeah, we are gonna have to go to the. All right, talk to my computer. Facebook. Right. And if you're on the post page, John from South Florida, how you doing, bro? And I will give a shout out to all my new folks in here, and hopefully we're all preparing for the aviation selection test battery. All right, I mean the AFOQT in here. Tomorrow I am doing live on the aviation selection test battery and the officer aptitude rating for the United States Navy, Coast Guard, and Marine Corps. And then Sunday will be the United States Army SIFT. Okay, so if you are following me on Facebook, you can see we're going to do verbal analogies. Now, when we do verbal analogies, this is they'll give you they'll give you a set of words, and then they'll give you another set of words. Race, how you doing, brother? I sent you a message, so just so you don't think I just like blew you off, but I sent you a message on Skype, just so you know. And thanks for checking in, Ray. So we'll have 2 words, okay, and we gotta look at a third word, and then they give you an option. So we have bird is to flock. So bird is to flock. Okay, so you got to look at the relationship. All right, and then we have insect. This is our, I guess, our lead word, and then the following word. So you got to come up with this guy, which is in your multiple choice, but it's based on the relationship between these 2 guys. All right, so a bird, singular, a flock of birds, plural. An insect, singular. What's a bunch of insects? So this will be real easy. Would it be a litter of bugs or insects? Would it be a school of insects? School is like a fish. A pack, like dogs or wolves. A herd, cattle. Or a swarm, insect. So our answer would be a swarm. So you got to be very, very careful with the relationship between the words. Just don't think, okay, well, bird, bunch of birds. It could be something because the next 2 words have to have the same relationship. If they don't, then you're hit. Okay. You're just like, okay. So nothing else fits though. A swarm is a bunch of insects, like a swarm of bees. All right. A herd, cattle, pack, wolves. School, a school of fish. I think they call it a school of fish. A bunch of, and then a litter would be like, I guess, cats or some type of cubs or something like that, but not insects. An insect to me is directly related to a swarm. Okay, so that's what your verbal analogies will look like, and you have to pay attention to the connection between the two words. All right. Mm-mm-mm-mm. You know what? I'm actually, since you sent me this one, I'm actually going to put a second one up. And in Facebook land, guys, in Facebook land, I want you guys to type in your answers for these. I'm trying to get used to doing this on a regular basis. So if you're on my post page, if everybody sees my video okay, press 1. If everybody sees the video okay, please press 1. All right. Come to the post page and I'm reposting. And I am on YouTube as well as Facebook. Okay, and on the post on our homepage, the image has been displayed. All right, and I want you guys to tell me what you think the answer is, and then I will follow up and let y'all know what the answer is. All right. Andrews. All right, Puerto Rico in the house. That's what's up. Puerto Rico. Oh, remember that song? Oh, that was what's up. When that came on, man, we'd be like, Puerto Rico. Oh. So welcome, Andrews. Okay. All right, my people in Facebook land. Hit 1 if you guys can see the video and I'm coming across. There is looks like a thunderstorm brewing, but it shouldn't really affect the internet. Tom coming in. How you doing, Tom? He hits 1. If he can hear me, everybody can hear me. All right, so Philip, check your connection. Because Lokalani says she's having an intermittent issue too. Oh, she said she's having intermittent issues too. Just hang in there. Okay, yeah, that's right. Just hang in there. Thank you, Lokalani. All right. I'm gonna give you guys a minute for this question. Quanisha comes in with echo. All right. And John, yeah, even if you're studying for the SIFT and you come in on another live stream, you can always bring math questions. You can bring math and mechanical on SIFT and AFO, ASTB, OAR days. All right. Quanisha, she fell on the sword for the team. And thank you for your bravery, dear. Let's see if you're right. Okay, so we're looking at the relationship between the two words. Mile is to distance. A mile is a unit of distance, as pound is to. Our options are weight, volume, length, height, ounce. Mile is a unit of distance. A pound, to me, is a unit of weights and measures, so weight. I would not have gone to an ounce because, Quanisha, here's the thing. The relationship, mile, distance. Pound is 16 ounces. A mile, feet, if it was mile feet, I would have went with pound ounce because a foot is a unit of a mile. All right, so I would have went with weight. And if you guys agree with me, hit 3 in the chat. Hit 3, either chat, Facebook or YouTube. But you got to watch the distance with these. Mile is to distance. A mile is a unit of distance. A pound is a unit of weight. An ounce makes up a pound. So a distance, it's kind of like specifically a pound is made up of ounces. Distance is not necessarily, now if you said feet, 5,280 feet, or 6,076 nautical miles, nautical feet, or 6,076 feet are in a nautical mile, or 5,280 feet are in a statute mile. So you got to watch that. And hit 3 if you guys understand what I just said. You have to watch the relationship. If you don't, it will get you. And but thanks for at least jumping in there and trying, Quanisha. And that you typed in, that makes sense. My bad. Yeah. So yeah, you really got to be kind of like a stickler about the relationship between the two words, like birds, flock, and insect, storm. All right, guys. All right. So let's look at another topic here. Okay, verbal analogies is something that you can come up to. I do math all the time, and I'm going to skip arithmetic, reasoning, and math knowledge unless you guys have a particular question. The next one is word knowledge. Now, there's some pros and cons, or some harder aspects and some weaker aspects, when I compare it to the AFOQT, to the ASTB, OAR, and the SIFT. Word knowledge. Now, you're going to be always testing word knowledge in your reading comprehension, but specifically word knowledge is something that you're not just going to study for a month or two and just be like, oh, it's going to make a major importance. You are where you are, ladies and gentlemen, with word knowledge, and that's why I always recommend to your younger siblings, your cousins, and things of that nature, get the Reader's Digest. And I think I put that, guys, people that follow me, did I put a copy of the Reader's Digest on the timeline? Because I am going to definitely do it now. I may have done it before, and I'm going to do it again. Reader's Digest. This book is it's crazy. And when I mean crazy, as far as a vocabulary builder, it's not very, very expensive. And, you can find it in any Walmart, whatever's near you, Walmart or Target. And my friend, shout out to OG, she used to always be like, she never called it Target, she'd be like Target, But shout out to you, Olga. Let's see. All right. So I'm posting this on the timeline. If you started reading this thing religiously, like from your freshman year of high school to your senior year or up to your junior year, when you're taking your SATs, you will, oh my God. I can't even talk how well you do, because all of my, people that have ever approached me, hey, I'm going to college, and, at a cookout or something like that, I'll tell them to get that Reader's Digest. Start it freshman year, every month. Just get it and actually read it. And parents, if you're watching this, read it with your kids. Get 2 of them. And be like, hey, what'd you think about this story, that story? And ask them questions to make sure that you're not just paying for a Reader's Digest subscription. All right. Okay, so word knowledge, they'll basically give you a word, and I'll read the directions. The word knowledge subtest measures vocabulary comprehension. For each question, choose the answer that is closest in meaning to the italicized word. Begin by eliminating any words that are obviously incorrect, and then choose the best answer among the remaining options. So it's kind of like you just canceling stuff out. So I did get okay. So microscopic is the word. Okay, your answer options are difficult, visible, tiny, mechanical, or complicated. So microscopic, guys, would you pick for word knowledge? Would you pick difficult, visible? A is difficult, Bravo, visible, Charlie, tiny, Delta, mechanical, or E, complicated. All right. So A is difficult, B is visible, C is tiny, D is mechanical, and E is complicated. What would you guys pick, guys? Enter it in math knowledge. with that because we never really. All right. Okay. Tips for reading comprehension. While you guys are working that out and stuff, because I'll be on something else and I'll see your answers because I understand this delay. As for reading comprehension, Billy grew up in California. Billy went to XYZ High School. Billy went to ABC College. Billy started a career as an electrical engineer. And the question says, in the passage, Billy liked ice cream, true or false? But they didn't say anything about ice cream. They talked about where he was born, where he went to high school, where he went to college, and then what he did. It never said anything about ice cream. So do not put words into the author's mouth. If you don't physically see it read somewhere in the passage, then don't go with it. It's definitely a process of elimination method that you can use. Now, numbers. I will keep track of numbers. If I see certain numbers like 75% or 35%, or that's something I would make note of. Maybe in your scrap paper, you could be like, boom, 75% of people voted this way, 25% voted that way. Dates. When you see dates, well, on 1576, Braxton P. Hardenberg, I'm just making up a name, was born in West Bumble, Mississippi. So as you're flowing through the paragraph, another thing you could do is look at the answer selections, like if it's like the primary passage. All right, read through the answers and then go through the paragraph. But don't make any assumptions. All right. And if anybody needs any clarification on that tip, just hit me up. Just ask the question. Okay, that's good. Congrats, Rich. Okay. Moving right along. I'm sorry, I got a little bit distracted. I saw some good news from a friend. He got a promotion. And that's good. Now, there is a physical science section. The physical science section, I'm really thinking that this is for like medical personnel or people that are going to be like in some type of medical capacity. But I still wouldn't run from it. I would still kind of go over some things and know a little bit about science. Now, anybody that has more information about this part, like recruiters or whatever, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been preparing guys for years and I've never, ever focused on this with a pilot applicant. And I'm talking about guys that have gone to undergraduate pilot training and have gotten winged. I never said, ooh, let's concentrate on physical science. I just haven't done it. So either out of 10 years, everybody was kind of mathematically proficient and science proficient and didn't tell me, or I don't think it really, because my focus was always like on pilot applicants, people that wanted to fly and go to undergraduate pilot training and get winged. So I never ever said, focus. So I think anybody like, if they're going to do something like in engineering or something, if that's what their goal is going to be towards, and, as far as they're not MOSs in the Air Force, they are Air Force specialty codes. So the Army, what's your MOS? It's an Air Force specialty code. And you know what? The Air Force may have MOSs for the enlisted, but I know that in the officer corps, it's an AFSC, Air Force specialty code. All right. So yeah, I will get more information on that. I'm actually going to call an officer recruiter. Okay. Now you have table reading. Table reading is just basically, it's kind of like a coordinate system. If you know how to, use a coordinate system, you'll be fine with this. But you will get 40 questions and you'll have 7 minutes to answer them. All right, that's table reading. And sometimes it's not always the coordinate system. Sometimes it's like, okay, somebody sent me a really nice chart. I want to know what test prep book this is, the person that's emailing me this, because this is pretty thorough. I kind of like it. All right. So I'm going to post this on the timeline, and, well, I'm going to wait because I don't know where he's getting this information from. And I don't want it. Tell me the source that you're getting this from so I can give them credit so they won't be too pissed off. All right, for my pilot folks, instrument comprehension. This is like the toughest damn thing to teach, but I always get through to my guys. And this, everybody has this, so I will go ahead and post this. So this is not particular, to any book or something like that. All right, so what you have to do is you have to have an idea of what's going on in the cockpit. And then you have to, and I know this is going to look weird, guys, but I'm going to explain this the best way I can without, engaging. Like one-on-one, I normally teach with one-on-one, and this is dropping now. Okay, if you're following me on Facebook, you will see the image. If not, you won't be able to see the image, guys. I apologize, because I can't really verbalize this. But if you cannot get on Facebook and you are on Skype and connected with me, then I could send it to you like that. So that's the only workaround I could think of. Okay. So coming at you, what you have to do is you have to have a basic understanding. And you can get Microsoft Flight Simulator or something. There's so many simulators where you could assume or imagine a pitch attitude. All right. So let's dig in, folks. Okay. So what we have at the top is we have an artificial horizon and a compass. Okay. So what I look at is the compass. Which way is the aircraft pointed? Now, when you look at the images on the bottom, you are looking from the south. Oh man, I'm giving away free info. This is deep. I shouldn't really be talking about this, but it should be like my clients only, but I'm gonna share this one because there's so much more you have to learn. So you have a compass north, south, east, and west. And in this particular photo, this is the heading of the pilot, southbound. Now, I recommend that you always imagine that you are here looking upward, because I can see an attitude indicator that the aircraft is in a right bank. All right, so you have to be able to interpret the artificial horizon. So you're here, the aircraft is flying south and in a right bank. So the airplane will be coming at you guys at the camera and turn like that. So that would be your aircraft, but they give you 4 different pictures to interpret what the pilot sees, the heading that the pilot has, and stuff like that. And if you need more clarification than that, only the guys I do Afoqt prep that. But I did talk about it at least, and it is on Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook and you're looking at this particular aircraft from the south, as it's coming to the camera in Facebook land, the aircraft is slightly nose up and in a right bank. So it will look kind of like that. For my YouTube people, nose slightly up and in a right bank. So the plane will be coming at you like that. Where's my little model airplane? It's somewhere around here. All right, so that covers instrument comprehension. Yeah, that used to be kind of real tough to teach, especially with people that don't fly. The next one is block counting. You will be required to look at blocks, and you look at the figure, and you have to tell how many of them are touching. All right, I am. So they'll label a particular block, and then, like block 1 in this case, I'll ask you how many other blocks are touching it. All right, and you have to count those. That weighs pretty heavy for our pilot applicants because you have to be able to visualize stuff, I'm trying to drop this on our Facebook homepage, which I'm dropping now, so you guys can see this. So this is block counting. They'll give you like a 3-dimensional picture. Let me drop that in the post. Okay. All right. Okay. What's the next section? section we're going to talk about. Where you at? All right, block counting and aviation information. It's just airplane related stuff. For instance, they might ask you, how do flaps work? Or what are flaps for? Or what do they do? All right, what do they do? They increase the temperature. I can't talk today. They increase the camber of the airfoil, and you get high lift, lots of lift, and lots of drag. When do you need lots of lift and lots of drag? And landing. You don't want to land at 300 miles per hour. You want to be nice and slow, and you want the wings to generate lots and lots of lift at slower speeds, or at a slower speed range that you can fly. All right. All right. They may ask you about flight control surfaces. What is the aileron? Or they might point to the device. What is this? Oh, this is an aileron. This is a flap. This is an elevator. This is the vertical, horizontal stabilizer. These are the wings, cockpit, landing gear, blah, 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 blah. They might ask you about plan form, dihedral, what causes a stall, that type of stuff. That's the stuff that I would definitely want to know. You definitely want to know this. If you are a private pilot, though, and you've been through a ground school, or you've been asking questions from STEMwithKino.com, I don't plug that in. Then yeah, you will have covered quite a bit, but most people still need one-on-one or some type of group session tutoring. You need it. Most people just are not ready for this test. So while it is not as cranked up or nuclear, as I just learned was a phrase, nuclear, like you're really like going overboard. No, I don't even know if that was the right word to use. All right, but that's just the wind blowing outside. I think we have a storm coming, but I like that little blast of like fresh air from the outside, especially with all this shelter in place stuff. It's good to just. Yeah. So guys, all right. Let me just look and see if we have any questions that come in. All right. Thought I heard something. So, yeah, what I recommend, I think the math and the arithmetic reasoning are the hardest areas for most people. And so that's why, as part of my training regimen, we always hit the math first. Because once you hit math, that's like the top of the hill. Everything else is pretty much downhill. But, I've come back, I've had people come back with debriefs and say they come back with some pretty crazy questions. Table reading is not just the coordinates, but it might be a bus schedule or something. And it'd be, okay, bus 305. Well, so you have to have the ability to read, draw information, or look at data and charts and pull data and analyze it. And, based on what it's displaying, kind of being able to look at a legend and kind of pull that to, whatever information you're seeking or what the questions are asking for. Reading comprehension and word knowledge and analogies, you pretty much are where you are, guys. You are where you are, word wise. So, if your vocabulary isn't that strong, I recommend you really step up your arithmetic reasoning and math skills. You got to have some. They really, honestly, they want you to be even keeled. It's okay to know aviation, but you got to be strong with your math skills and stuff, and arithmetic reasoning skills. Where was I going? Okay. All right, inbox. So yeah, I'm actually really glad that we got this AFOQT off and stuff, and hopefully, all right. Okay, I got a question. Is the Barron's book enough to learn about aviation? I would say no. You need some type of ground school materials. Everybody has a ground school, and you could get there's GLEIM or ASA. By GLEIM, that's a publisher, or ASA. And that would be the private pilot computer test, FAA computer test. That's like the bare minimums you need to know to earn your private pilot certificate. But there's a wealth of information in there concerning airspace, airplanes, aerodynamics, engine operation, and stuff like that. I mean, where else could they go? And the FAA test hits kind of like everything. Plus, if you don't have a license, for you Navy and Marine Corps guys that are going to primary, in aviation pre-flight indoctrination, and guys correct me if I'm wrong, you actually would have to take a FAA written test, a written exam. So I guess they sit you in a classroom somewhere and they make you actually take that test. So in between your transition of passing and going to initial flight screening, I would have a FAA computer test book if I didn't have a license. And I'd be in that damn thing every day. It's really not hard. When I was in college, the GL, we called them GLIME, but I don't know if it's Gleam or GLIMEs, but all my fellow student pilots at the time would call it GLIME. Oh, get the GLIME. Private pilot, instrument pilot, commercial pilot, airline transfer pilot, certified flight instructor, ground instructor. So every rating that I have, I've always had a GLIME. And then when I kind of got at the instructor level, teaching, I always had a GLIME and an ASA. I got like two of them, like a GLIME and an ASA. So I had both. Pros and cons. While I love the way, and I don't know if it's because GLIME arranged the book the way that I'm just used to, and I initially learned it that way, I like the breakdown that GLIME gives you. You got your aerodynamics, and it hits you with all the points that you will need. They will touch on every question that you need. And, I just like the way it's broken down. ASA, I love you guys. I really do. But your information is just kind of, they do break it down in their own way, but to me, it just felt like it was all over the place. The cons with GLIME is that the figure, your question could be here, but your figure could be 2 pages down the road. And the pro with the ASA is that, and I'll actually put those books in the timeline as well. Yeah, if I'm talking about it, I might as well post it, right, guys? Like, man, he always talking about these books, and we don't even know what they look like. Private pilot computer test preparation. Okay, but I know they have all these guys popping up. GLIME and ASA are the best. I will not endorse anybody else, and they're not even paying me to say that. I ride with them for real because they got me to my private pilot. They got me into my private pilot exam, all the way to my airline transfer pilot certificate, and my CFI flight instructor initial, advanced, ground, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, guys, all you newcomers coming out. I won't mess with nobody else because it's just time proven. For decades, man, these guys are time proven. So, I know a lot of these people want to try ours. Nah. Now, if y'all want to send me something, I'll take a look at it because I have every rating I could ever get. I can't obtain any other higher ratings. And I'm not like, people, oh, he's bragging. No, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, there's no dog in the fight for me because I'm never going to ever go back to the Federal Aviation Administration and say, hey, look, I'm applying for this license. It's not, I have everything that I want. I can't. I'm at the top of everything. So Yeah. All right. Back to our post page. I must have jumped out of here or something. Okay. No, I did not. All right. So, page. All right. This is the ASA. This is the first one you're going to see. Now, the Pro with the ASA, and when I was a flight instructor, I started buying them both because you get what we call a computer testing set supplement. When you sit down and you take the FAA written, it's a whole book full of figures. That's all it is figures for the test. So when you read through, okay, refer to figure 59, and your airplane starts here and it goes there. What's the true course, true heading, or what's your true heading based on all these winds and stuff like that. You actually get the one that they're going to give you at the testing center. So I kind of like that. So I always had an ASA computer test supplement, and then I would be going through my climb. So I ride with ASA and climb. And let me, okay, so that's ASA. Um, we gotta have a climb. Gotta have a climb. It might be Gleam, and
Test prep online software, $49.95. List price, $59.95. Item number 905.
oh,
Free shipping, 1, $49.95. 2. List price, $59.95. And 3.
Boom, shut up.
Free shipping.
I was going to say something, but all right. Okay. So, all right. Here's the FA and the climb. So, before you go to initial flight screening, this is something I would have in my library, and I will be digging in this damn thing. If you don't have a private pilot certificate, if you have a private pilot certificate, then I'm not sure. I don't believe that they would make you take a written test. I don't see why they would, but it could. I would still be sharp and on my game, because you don't want to come there and, oh, I'm a private pilot, because you're going to stick your chest out. I remember I was in ROTC and I already had my private. Oh man, they effed with me. I was about to curse. They effed with me so bad. Oh, Top Gun. No, no, no. The upperclassmen. Oh, Top Gun. Oh, you got your private. You think you're hot. Oh man, they let you have it. So prepare for that. And especially in OCS, if you come there with pilot certificates, they're probably gonna let you have it. But stay strong. It's not personal. It's not personal. It's only yelling and screaming. Just that's all. They're probably gonna PT you a little bit harder or whatever. And like I said, it's not personal. It's nothing personal. But it's because it's a good thing to have. You are ahead of the learning curve as opposed to your counterparts. But I would take that opportunity to take a leadership role and make it noticed. Like, hey guys, I just want to have a group study thing, and they'll be talking to their instructors. Yeah, man, we got a study group, and Kino, he's leading it, and oh man, we're just throwing around ideas, and we're talking about aerodynamics, navigation, all this, and other instructors will be like, oh, word? Who's doing that? Okay, they'll take notice of that, because you're not just a pilot, you're going to be a leader too. You're not just going to just fly airplanes, and you're going to have some stuff. All right. Let me see here. I saw some comments float, guys, and I'm on multiple screens. All right. See, I'm seeing simple figures portion. There are no simple figures portion on the AFOQT. Come back Saturday, 2 p.m. for SIFT, and I can talk about, I'm thinking you're talking about simple drawings. I don't know anything about simple figure CA. And where are you from, CA, by the way? Jose, good to see you. Like I said, if you need tutoring, that's another. I can't even talk. Guys, listen, everybody. You are not going to prepare for this test in 2 weeks. Ice cold. It's not going to happen. And that Kino.Thomas, if you're trying to get me on, you need to contact me on Skype. If you need Jose. All right, but guys, you're not going to prepare for this test in 2 weeks. It's not going to happen. You will not be ready. I'm sorry. I know that's not what you want to hear. And I have one guy. He is a college student now. A college student, a seasoned college student, is used to cramming. Okay, we've all been to college. We all cram. But an active student in college, I would be like, all right. Let me just okay. Well, let's give it a week, and then after a week, we'll see if you're retaining stuff. But an active college student is used to cramming. Like, damn, I got that physics test. Boom, notes, and boom, 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 boom. So they're kind of in that environment. But a person 3-4 years out of college, it is really not gonna. I won't say I won't talk in absolutes. I'll never say never. I shouldn't say never. But guys, you're not. Oh, hey, I take this test on May 1st, and I know May is coming up first because it's the 30th. But yeah, I take this test May 1st, and I just want to get with you. You should be a minimum 2 months. That's for every test. I've been preparing people for this test for over 10 years. And I've only met 3 that were prepared. 3. And I say this every damn video, like, hey, you don't need me. And these were engineering students. These got electrical, mechanical, so they're already ready. And the hardest test, the ASTBE or the OAR, if they were slow, but these guys had engineering degrees. They were ready. Right out the gate. I mean, I tried to throw stuff at them, and then I tried to get evil, and it was like throwing it back. Yeah, I know square roots, I know distance, rate, and time. They were just ready for 4 years. They had been inundated in math, science, mechanical. So if you've been out of school for a while, at minimum 2 months, and I answer questions during this thing, during these live streams and stuff like that and everything, to kind of give you guys as much information. But if you need tutoring, you can reach me at keno.thomas. All right. Skype is the best way. Yeah. Hit me up, Philly. At least 2 or 3 months. Come on. You do not listen. You do not. And then, the recruiters will hit you with, well, just try it. See how you do. Most tests are 3 times. You get 3 shots at it. But the SIFT, AFOQT, you only get 2 times. Otherwise, you have to get a waiver. And if you had to get a waiver to take it a 3rd time, I'm sure that's not going to really be a good look. You got everybody else got 2 shots, and they got it in by their 2 shots, but you are getting a waiver for 3rd. Now, look, if they need the manpower, they're going to be like, well, shit, he got the score, so, all right, come on. But, guys, at least 2 to 3 months. I've had guys with me as long as 6. But it's a guided study process. It's not like you see me every day and just, you know what I mean? It might be twice a week, once a week, or 3 times a week. Check-in with me. Then you got the live streams you can come in. So you're totally inundated with test taking processes and stuff. And then we meet, and then you're going through your book on your own and stuff like that. But my guys that really score big, they go hard. They do not mess around. They're meeting with me once or twice a week. Then they're at the live streams participating. They're bringing questions. They're like, all right, Keno, look, bang, 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 bang. They're throwing me questions. So you guys got to get inundated. You got to get dipped in this stuff. Because if you do well on this test, it's going to change your life. You'll have a great career ahead of you. So take it seriously. I'm not saying that a lot of you are. I talk to you. I see you guys. I look, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I listen to y'all. I'll be like, okay, all right. Yeah, I'm doing this and doing this. And I got my mom. My mama got my flashcard. My mama asked me questions at dinner, and I'm like, okay, all right. You're on the right path. You have to take it that seriously, and it's a delayed gratification thing. You're gonna have to delay the gratification. I know you want to go out and party, and drink and party and stuff. Well, you can't now. That's why I'm like, this shelter in place was great. It was a great opportunity for you guys to lock down and just get into the books. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably might have been in survival mode or whatever, but, okay. All right. Just checking out the chime message I got. But yeah, guys, some of us are still going to be in shelter in place, and so take advantage of this time. Take advantage. All right. So, all right, Tony, Chris, good to see you. Haven't seen you before. Andrews, Puerto Rico, yeah, that's what's up, man. Good, man. Empanadas, they the bomb. Let's see. John, studying for the SIFT. Good. CA, or we'll call you Charlie Alpha. Give you that military sound to it. Charlie, that's Charlie Alpha. All right. On the Facebook side of things, Mr. Sharma, I see you. Philip Fu, Lokalani, I see you. Tom in the house. He's probably just listening. Brock, I've been sending you messages, bro. Saturday. I keep saying Sundays. Saturdays, 1400, 2 p.m. Eastern, Brock. But I did reply to your message on Skype, and please get back to me. Tom, I see you again. Andrews, okay, you on both. You on the Facebook and the YouTube. I got both of them up, Kino. I appreciate that. Please like and subscribe. Okay. Criminal justice. No, there's more people that are criminal justice majors. Probably gonna get grilled. They're not gonna grill you. Why would they grill you? All right. I'm gonna see where this takes us. Oh well. All right, we're pretty much at the end. Lokalani, I'm gonna see you tomorrow, I think. Anyways, I believe. So hold on to that math question. You're glad that the math does not require calculus. All right. All right. So each and everybody, if I forgot to shout you out, I am looking to do this again. If anybody, I don't see anything else new or anything that has changed, but I appreciate you guys for showing up. It really means a lot to me. I like being here answering your questions. What I recommend, and I say this every week to get the most out of this, have your questions ready. Now, my clients take priority. If my clients, this is like their opportunity to kind of get some free questions answered and stuff like that. So they do take precedence. They work with me already and stuff like that. And so I address their questions first. If you are new to the channel and all that and everything, if I run out of their questions, I will address your questions. I just don't boom, and then I kind of keep track of them and fill them out down the road. So if you just keep checking in, eventually your question will be answered. But if my people are like that, I see every week, they're like, hey, Keno, look, I got a question. I got to address them. I have to. So don't take that personal. But if you do need one-on-one or group tutoring, you guys know how to get in touch with me. All right, so we're at the end. It's 6:01, and I do have a 6 o'clock, and I think that might be Estevez because he's like, yo, I'll see you in a minute, Shout out play. He's like, yo, I'm ready, man. And yes, it is. Okay, guys, so listen, I will see you next Thursday for the Afoqt Weekly 2020. I'll be here every week, every Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay, again, get your questions ready. Go through your okay, pleasure to meet you, Sergeant. Fort Jackson. Yeah, man. You need more than a month, though, bro. If it's the SIFT you're talking about. Because you're a drill sergeant at Fort Jackson, so I'm assuming you're Army. It's an assumption. If you're not, don't yell at me. But yeah, if you're taking a SIFT through 2 to 3 months, I mean, don't play with it. Get ready, get prepared properly, because you only have 2 times to take this. All right, guys. So, John, I will see you in a minute, bro. You guys know how to get at me if you need tutoring. Please comment. Please like and subscribe and share. And I just thank everybody for being here. Tomorrow will be the Aviation Selection Test Battery and the Officer Aptitude Rating for the Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. If you have math and mechanical questions, you can come. So that's my AFOQT, AOAR, and SIF guys. Hey, listen, YouTube, see y'all later. Peace. Hey, and bump those likes up, guys. Come on, help me out. It's free.